Hello, welcome to the Self-Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 11, Functional Classification of Cities, Commercial, Administrative and Pilgrimage Towns. And our topic is Pilgrimage Cities and Towns. Pilgrimage journey is a hierarchical form of the rite of passage. It involves mainly three stages of functions. The first is initiation, second is liminality, and the third one is reaggregation. The first stage is the awareness to start the journey. The second stage is the journey itself and the different experience of the pilgrimages. And the last stage is returning home from the pilgrimages. The notion of pilgrimages has four main connotations in Hindu religious literature. First, a route going to a place where one can receive many festive power. Second, the bank of a river where one can take the holy dip as the rite of the purification. Third, a sacred site where lies the power of manifestation. And finally, the fourth, the religious territory which became sacred due to several divine activities and work of the Almighty. Religion always played an important role in the life and culture of Indians. There were several religious centers which emerged in India side by side with other urban centers. It is a well-known fact that Hinduism comprises various forms of rituals. Among the various rituals, there is a practice of pilgrimages. The most important places of worship were temples, which were situated on various towns and cities. The Hindu temple was house of God and constituted a self-sufficient and autonomous unit. In olden times, it is known that there were no transport facilities like today. People and urban communities often grew around temples and sacred places, mostly to cater to pilgrim needs. This paved the way for traders and other business communities to establish their own trade and business in these temple towns. In other words, the flow of pilgrims created a circulation network of a religious nature, promoting secondary flows of traders and artisans who catered to the needs of these pilgrims. The pan-Indian centers of pilgrimages were situated in all parts of the country, from Kedarnath and Badrinath in Himalayas in the north to Rameshwaram in the south, Puri in the east and Dwarka in the west of India. Holy places thus contributed to the circuit pattern of the pilgrimages. This included the most important pan-Indian religious centers, but it is not compulsory that all the religious centers develop into full-fledged urban centers. In recent times, the most urbanized religious centers are Allahabad and Varanasi or Banaras. This could be explained by the fact that both these cities had significant locational advantages, and their central regional locations encouraged their urban development, much beyond their role as pilgrimage centers. During the medieval period, Many writings were available describing the glory of the various religious places in different ways at different magnitudes. Many temples have a network of subsidiary temples, but some did not have subsidiary temples. These temples usually did not develop into full-fledged urban areas. Only temples in urban centers which had been connected with military or trade centers became part of fully evolved urban centers. Geographers and social scientists divide the holy places and pilgrimage centers into mainly three groups. First, the holy places near a river or a water flows. Second, the particular deity site or any shrine which is associated with a particular deity. And the third is mandala sites which have importance in terms of the visit paid by the worshippers. For example, Varanasi or Banaras, Mathura and Kashi are the examples of some of the mandalas which a devotee tries their level best to visit once in this lifetime. The holy places which are near water flows are numerous in Indian subcontinent and in the country. Examples of pilgrimage centers which are situated on the banks of rivers are Varanasi, Haridwar, Rudraprayag, Buxar, Allahabad, etc. Similarly, there are urban areas in which a particular deity is assumed to be born or has a special influence on that particular place. This urban center attracts lots of pilgrims annually. The result is that they are now more and more urbanized due to the flow of devotees. The last category comprises mandalas site. Since ancient times, there are several mandalas which are prescribed for the Hindus for the pilgrimage. These are centers like Badrinath, Rameshwaram, etc. So we can say that the mandalas also have a significant place in the growth of urban centers in India. The role of religion and pilgrimages are of particular interest to sociologists, and this is a special case for urban growth in India, which is not found anywhere in the world. This is due to the fact that India is dominated by its Hindu population, and the religious importance of the pilgrimages is immense in this region. Talking about other religions like Islam and Sikhism, we have several places which can be termed as their holy places and is being visited by the respective followers. But there is a difference between the Hindu pilgrimage centers and the other religious communities' holy places. Places like Ajmer Sharif and Jama Masjid of Delhi are important for Muslims in India, but we cannot claim that the cities of Delhi and Ajmer are constructed for this purpose, or that these cities are known only for pilgrimage purpose. Now let us wind up the session and take rest. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the self-learning podcast.